day long, but service doesn't cause emotion. Peace of mind in the service department, that causes emotion. That's a human trait, right? The more you can relate to the human trait, the more you're going to get what you want out of people. It's so easy once you realize it's easy, provided it's not illegal or immoral. Although that's not hard to do either. I just don't advocate it. Make sense? Ricky, Schoolie, my guys in the back of the room. Ricky on the left-hand side from Garage Composites. I'm going to have them do their own intros in a second. And then Schoolie, his name's Jordan Schoolmeister. He goes by Schoolie on the right-hand side. Anytime we have a meeting in Denver, which is where we're based out of, I like to bring our crew, even though Ricky is from Pennsylvania. He's not from Denver. But these guys do a lot of training out in the field as well. And anytime we're together, we always like to bounce ideas off of each other. So that's why they're here with me today, and that's why we're recording this, just so they can have some of the stuff I talk about and integrate it with some of the stuff they talk about. Very different backgrounds from these two guys. You've got Ricky, who's been in the retail environment as a GSM at a multi-line dealership that also carried Triumph for many, many years in Pennsylvania. And one of the first guys to embrace transactional data, which some of you in the room probably have heard about, some of you have no idea about. It's a really important measure that we look at these days. When was the Vegas meeting when you were sitting in the boot camp with me? I'm guessing 4 years ago, maybe 5, right? So they're part of the Triumph, his dealership, Martin Motorsports, is part of the Triumph 20 Club. He came from the retail background, and talking with his owner, Ricky wanted to do some of the stuff that we do on the training level, and so worked with his owner to wean him out of the dealership and do more work with us, as opposed to Schoolie, who's been an avid motorcycle fan his whole life, dirt bikes, Harleys, that kind of stuff. From the fire department background, process, structure, rigidity, right? You do it this way or someone might die. Bringing him into the consulting side of it, to the retail side of it. So two different backgrounds. You have somebody working in the shop that we're teaching to be a consultant, and somebody who's very good at public speaking because he stands up in front of his troops and everything, who knows motorcycles, and we're teaching him the business from a different angle. So bring these guys together on pretty much any chance we can. Point being, on the brakes, if I'm talking to somebody, these guys are very well versed and we sing from the same hymnal. So if you have a question, feel free to get with one of those guys. Make sense? Why are you here? Anyone? Kyle, why are you here?
Get better.
At?
Selling.
Okay. Selling anything in particular, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Well, anything.
Anything. Get better at selling. Which is to say, get better at human relationships. That's really what you're after, whether you want to call it that or not. Get better at human relationships, you'll get better at selling anything. Why else? Andy, why here?
Requires it every 2 years, and it's so fun to be around.
Did Patty script that out for you? Requires it every 2 years. I'm here because it's required to be here. I'm amazed by how much continuing education there is not in our industry. Real estate industry, continuing education. Medical field, continuing education. We go, we learn what's new, right? We remember what we used to be doing and why we should be doing it all the time. Motorcycle industry, follow Mike around for 2 days, you'll figure it out. Okay. Wow, okay, right? Well, hopefully I can hit a point or two that resonates with you. Crystal, same thing? It's been 2 years, so you got to come back?
Nope, I'm new to the Triumph Champion program.
Right on. The Triumph Champion program, so this has morphed. This boot camp has changed through the years. I think it's important that we address that. This was and still is a prerequisite if you want to be part of a Triumph 20 Club, right? And the whole idea is that, and I'll give you my history here in a little bit, but we had a contract with Ducati from 2006 to 2009. When we bought the company from Ed Lemko, Ed was a big my mentor in the industry and the founder of Lemko Management Group, the 20 Club training environment for the motorcycle industry. We bought the company from him. He was a staunch advocate of the dealer has to win, be damned the manufacturer. And he made a lot of people mad through the years with that mindset, right? We bought the company from him and I took it over in 2005, and my first line of thinking and my first initiative was to reach out to every manufacturer to tell them that, hey Sean, Ed's not here anymore. And whereas our philosophies are very much the same, I believe it's that the dealer has to win in conjunction with the manufacturer, not in spite of the manufacturer. Michael Locke from Ducati was one of the first guys to reach back out to me and said, we really want to do something with you guys. So we started these private Ducati 20 clubs called DMG, Ducati Management Group. DMG 1, 2, 3, and 4. We launched 4 of them through the years. And it was basically private 20 clubs, which are nothing more than 20 non-competing dealers sitting at a meeting. Crystal, you'd be sitting there with your financials, and I'd say, hey, your parts department sucks. How do we help you fix it? And all of us would help you fix it. And then we'd say, Adam, your service department rocks, man. How can you help all of us get better in service? So collectively as a group we get stronger. That's the model of a 20 club environment. So we ran 4 of those for Ducati. What we didn't realize is that we had no prerequisite back then. Anybody who was a Ducati dealer could sign up and just come to the meeting. And the problem was you'd have people come to the meeting who had no concept of the best practices in the industry. So imagine someone who'd been sitting there for 18 years implementing the best practices with their group, and then somebody brand new asking, what's a traffic log? What are you talking about? Right? We'd waste a lot of this person's time trying to get new guy up to speed. So one of the things we learned from those groups when I was working with actually Greg Heichelbeck to put these Triumph boot camps together was that we needed to have a prerequisite where dealers and GMs could come to learn some of the fundamental principles so that when they showed up at the 20 club, they already were hitting the ground running. And it was a matter of taking some of the basics and then improving on that. Does that make sense? That's the whole genesis of why this 20 club happened. And the idea is that day one, it's 30,000 feet down. So we're going to talk about big ideas today, dealership ideas. And then tomorrow, day 2, was breaking apart the different departments. We'd go deeper into sales and finance and parts and service, right? Triumph decided not only to put all their employees through it, which I think is fantastic, which gives you an indication that they really do want to understand the retail model, not necessarily the wholesale model, right? Few manufacturers will do that. But they decided to make it a requirement as a Triumph champion that you come to this particular meeting. So we end up with more frontline people as opposed to GMs and owners coming to this room. And you can understand how the content then would shift and the conversations would shift through the years when owners and GMs were sending their people. So instead of big practices on how to implement advertising and marketing campaigns, we're talking about frontline sales process, calling your customer back and how to utilize a traffic log, line items per ticket, how much P&A per every repair order we had. Right? So the content has shifted through the years. Congrats on the Triumph Champion gig. Why are you here? Is it what? Aurelio. I got to roll it right. Aurelio. Is it good? I nailed it. Why are you here?
Well, improve our practices and then
We're a new dealer as of last week.
change care of my daughter.
Nice.
Thank you, some people.
Cool. Woodlands, is that north of Houston?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a concert venue out there. I've been to that. There's a new dealer who's opening this whole theme park thing out there. You familiar with that? Dirt bikes, water ski park.
That's us.
That's you? How cool is that? Dealer visit. That's all I'm saying. Cool. We'll get your history here in just a little bit. I just want to make sure that you guys have something that you want to get out of this. Right? And as we go around the room, if there's something that you're thinking, man, I hope he hits on this, because I really struggle with that, fire that out. Let me know that, because I want to touch on that. Selling is the highest paid profession in the world. It's also the lowest paid profession in the world. When you talk to the lowest paid professionals and you say, what do you sell? Their answer is always the widget that they sell. I sell cars, I sell advertising, I sell insurance, I sell motorcycles, I sell, right? Whatever they sell over here is what they end up talking about. This is what I sell. And they're the lowest paid people in the world. So I'm curious, when people say, what do you do for a living? Is your answer that I sell motorcycles? Or I work in the parts department, I sell parts, I sell service. Because if that's true, welcome to the lowest sales paid profession in the world. I don't think that's where you want to be. And hopefully at the end of 2 days, you won't be there anymore. These people over here, they sell dreams, they sell people, they sell networking, they sell friendships, relationships, life-changing events. That's what they sell. If you ask them, that's what they sell. Think about how much emotion that sparks, those words versus parts, service, bikes, advertising. Which are you? I want you to shift your answer over the next 2 days. To Tommy's point, we sell people. And people actually, when they say, oh, I don't like to be sold, what they're talking about is this stereotypical salesperson trying to peddle a product. That's what they don't like. You know what they love? Engagements, relationships, feeling wanted, feeling desired, feeling like you fit in. They love that, and that is selling. So it's actually false to say that people don't want to be sold. They do want to be sold. It's their definition of what being sold is. That's the issue, and I want to clear that up. So, Sean, we're going to start with you. I just want to serpentine our way through the room. I would like to know where you are, not only what dealership, but like where in the dealership are you, and kind of how you ended up in this industry. I'm always fascinated by how people got here, and your answer to what do you sell, if you have an answer.